tuone ng'ambe katika jina la Yesu. Bwana asifiwe. Wale na interview nyingine tofauti. Lakini ndio endete interview na mbele kamera. Nkwenda kuwa by Friday. Tuone tongelie mbele njuma. Wewe kero wewe soko ya tombe. Mje njuma. Wewe vile kwa roho. Wende ni nambere ya roho. Wanda administrator. Amwana sub-county administrator. Ibabuli kwelo bebu karibiange wachara antobatano bakwele la voko yeto wachenja Nenda kazanto rai. Nenda ngai. Wanda andimini kenda toba iki utaratibu bwabu eta baandekwa watu kwele la voko yeto. Tuko pamoja. Mberero Wanda administrator na sub-county admin ibabili kwetu waborio kalanzi na mtebazo kona tongeria wokona watongeria wokona watchman baeli ko bakande ko bakabia wetu paka na woko yetu. Tuko pamoja. Bwana asifiwe. Zoko ene kelo bango kana mebango yetu ila tuenyo ndekera elizoko number 1 kumba Wenkaimba waya munona wataraga taratibu beture wa miaka ya wadani mungu ngemetuweka wadani mwanga wana ni mama wakare waliwa hiyo ni uongo. Elizoko gankaimba katika jina la Yesu. Tuko ng'ombe tukamele kabisa. Mungu. Anto baya yake nzaiba tena kuzoko uko na hizo kwa inamutongelia mwekuru. Ukojazi na ntaka kama hiyo. Tuamare wewe. Mungu na bwiwa drainage. Baraba ke wekera wewe ndene zoko bwana mutevia. Make sure drainage eko na mantoja siwa kana existing yorobia to bibi getera mbai Jumatatu ikoze rukoro wegitwa na kenda yorobia to bitia ko mchana tubana wado bese sia eko tubangane chukuma mandi tukajiro kana zikale kontora tubangane korobora kona grant dia sishokia tubanganya na beto ro konekera mbasare tubanganya tubarabara toto kwinga na toto kuokerwa maramu tubana sifuri pei pandekete hao nambia ikoneka tuamoro hii kama kumeganya bwana nyamoko pio ketio zeni kwa kabya maia ya raura wayo kwa ndetra na iruni choka ndemo mtongoro hii Rayo andie tuweze mauro kuma ndiye kunenka watongeria ni watu na toli bene.
I'd like the video to be posted there. Honorable members, Mr. Speaker, what you have seen there, I have attached a translation of what the governor was doing at Kianjai. She was directing the sub-county and the ward administrators to recruit 4 people who will be sweepers and watchmen of Kianjai market. Mr. Speaker, this is wrong. It's not the work of the ward administrators or the sub-county administrators to recruit anybody in this county, including a cleaner, including a cook, anybody, Mr. Speaker. Even our own staff, Mr. Speaker, as members of the assembly, we do not appoint them. They are appointed by this assembly service board. Nobody has the power, Mr. Speaker, to appoint without a fair recruitment process, which was not being done there. And Mr. Speaker, the governor broke the provisions of the law, the provisions of the constitution that provide for competitive process in recruitment of employees of the county government, Mr. Speaker. And the directions she was giving were misleading to the public, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, contrary to the provisions of this article 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act of 2003, revised in 2017, a public officer contravenes the code of conduct and ethics if he causes anything to be done through another person that would, if the public officer did it, be a contravention of the code of conduct and ethics. Allows or directs a person under a supervision or control to do anything that is a contravention of the code of conduct. Mr. Speaker, the fact that the governor is directing the sub-county and the sub-county administrator and the one administrators to do something illegal, Mr. Speaker, is wrong on our part, and will be wrong on their part if, Mr. Speaker, they did it. First of all, she is misleading the public, which is against the law. As the governor of Meru County, she holds a very powerful office. The governor needs to wake up and smell the coffee and know that office is serious. It's not a shopkeeper's office, Mr. Speaker, to give directions each and every way. It's a serious office, Mr. Speaker. The Constitution has created two levels of government, the national government and the county government. She is like the president of a county. Even the president of this country cannot stand in any rally, start appointing people to public office. The president, he can't. Not even his own security, not even his own cook. The officers created as status have to advertise those jobs and recruit, Mr. Speaker, through a competitive process. And the courts have pronounced themselves about the exclusive mandates of boards and the use of fair and competitive recruitment processes. Now, I would like to request this House, under this charge that we have leveled against the governor, to see what the governor did at Meru Stadium through this. Mr. Speaker, this is to show that the governor is not ready to read the laws, to see how appointments are done. She is not ready to change. Even as we untabled the notice of motion, she was still in the village directing people to break the laws and doing these appointments with her. She is not about to change. And the only cure to this problem, Mr. Speaker, when we want this House, is to support this impeachment mission, Mr. Speaker. Annex 9A. Let this House to see what the governor was doing at Meru Stadium.
Hata hapo aliajiri akina nani, akina kiongozi lepo hiki kimoja
idea of construction in town seperti perinci muntonge atau tonya biasa ada muntonge ini kita terkode dua ke stage dan di forest Pemelawan naru anda bawa pada ada, baik orang kolam, tadi kita lalu, ikan dan stage ini di pintu. Itu ani bina motor. Nama itu kedua dulu, pakai gua kamu. Bakau merah. Ini coba bakau merah. 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 Bateja. Itu deh. Oh, bapak mamanya. Kanda baba ndio wana sauti ya woke dia. Oh. Haya, kamati yetu tumeambiwa tumekire bwana Angelo kwa Angelo Neze. Kamati yetu ikero ina mzungu kwa mzungu inaitire. Mzungu eko ametoka. Mzungu kamati yetu tumekire mkurutom. Kameteje tumekire endi ni kiongozi. Kameteje bando na maingi na imba. Mteria. Kameteje tumoroni ngondi. Kameteje tumoroni mutuma baba.
Njembe ya tanga na kameti eke tumiongea Frida. Haya kwa Frida lenge mbu. Kuka atuku. Wewe kameti ya ndobana na. Gogo kadabwa. Sasa utuko na ina njenda. Nato ni mzee wetu nato ni. Na nene yana hiyo tekara memono. Na kamete yetu ene yangu ni kwa ndege Jumatatu. Jumatatu, Jumanne, Jumatano. Alhamisi. Pedro bakumenya anto bonde badala kukuwasanira. Na kamete hizi tume yangu hii ya kuzaura baba tekiana kwa jifu hizi kwa mwenye. Matigere izungana bili kwa zizwa bwana yonga meri ya msito sasa kwa nini wewe kwenda achama ni okamete ale wewe baba ale wanjero aya chama ni yote wanjero basi chama ni kiongozi tuwasara na kilinda organize secretary ikondi kwa ngene member best commander wale oyanjika isawetu nakale wale wale ando president pesa mudebia kwa ndo mudani watu tulinga tu ekiro hospital hospital atatusaidia hapo sana tumesema sasa ni ile kamati bwana hospital yenye itatusaidia kwa hii town. Tumesema kwa Meru namna hiyo. Tunataka sisi tukiwa serikali ya county government tutafute kikosi maalum, tuwapatie bodaboda, tuwavarishe uniform special, waingie katika hizo barabara zetu, wahakikishe hakuna gari inafanya ile ya PPP na hakuna gari inabeba kwa barabara. Hiyo itatusaidia sote, hata itasaidia ofisi yao. Na hiyo kikosi hakikisha ya kwamba hakuna raia anatumia watu wetu wa Meru baya, ati anashika mtu anapelekea pesa, anaitisha kitu na anafungua. Hiyo maisha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the Honorable House, what you have seen there is the governor trashing and pushing aside the Meru Municipal Board by appointing a committee, directing the chairman, directing the members, whereas this very house in the second assembly passed the municipal charter to direct how the affairs of this Meru municipality to be conducted. There is a Meru Municipal Board that was vetted by this very house in the second assembly. There is a municipal board that was gazetted, Mr. Speaker. So the presumption that the governor carries around her that she is the first governor of Meru County is wrong. There have been two other governors. There have been two other assemblies. There are laws that have been passed to safeguard each and every sector of this county, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, coming and creating a committee to operate side by side with the Meru Municipal Board, and I'm sure she does, she has not even cared to know who the members are, and directing the committee there to go to town to decide which taxi companies will be carrying passengers from what points. I don't know what she wants to do with G4S company, telling them to straighten up and conduct the elections of matatu operators in town. This is the work of the Meru Municipal Board that was gazetted. There is a criteria for how people in that municipal board are supposed to be appointed, Mr. Speaker, and it's provided in the municipal charter. And I would like to educate the Honorable House, Mr. Speaker, I know that to inform this House, Mr. Speaker, about the municipal charter and what is to provide when it comes to the appointments of officers in the county, in the municipality, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the governor broke the law in the provisions in appointing a committee to run when there is the municipal charter has provided that the municipality board shall be composed of the following members. 4 members who shall be competitively appointed by the governor, approved by the assembly. She never brought, even though she appointed in that committee to this house. Then there are nominees from other umbrella bodies. One body representing professional associations in the area, one association representing the private sector in the area, a cluster representing registered associations in the informal sector in the area, a cluster representing registered neighborhood associations in the area, and an association of the municipality. The county chief officers responsible for urban development, public service and environment shall be ex officio members of the municipal board. In appointing members of the board, the municipality, the governor shall ensure gender equity, representation of persons with disability, youth and marginalized groups. Even in our own committee, I did not hear marginalized groups, disability. Mr. Speaker, these are acts of breaking the law left, right and center. Now she has placed 2 bodies to manage this town, Mr. Speaker, the Meru municipality. The bodies will be at loggerheads. Who will be controlling the kit that the funds now that are used to run the municipality, Mr. Speaker? Is it the legal committee? And because we cannot sit and wait for someone to go to court to stop the committee, Mr. Speaker, it's this house that will stop the businesses that this governor has established, Mr. Speaker, through impeachment. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I urge this honorable house to consider the impeachment motion. The other charge of incitement, bullying, vilification, misleading campaigns against other leaders. We'll just play the video showing the humiliation of the minority leader at Meru, Mr. Speaker, by the governor, annexed as 11A in the first drive.